Hey everyone, let's see g- how MCP is used in GraphQL. This GraphQL Apollo GraphQL organization has published a blog post on what is the future and how to get started. So let's go through this blog post. So today we are introducing Apollo MCP server, enabling AI systems like Claude and GPT to interact with your organization's API through GraphQL. While you can learn more about how to get started here, I wanted to share why we think GraphQL enabled by Model Context Protocol will be an essential part of modern AI stack. Connecting AIs to APIs, MCP, a new protocol that standardizes how LLMs interface with external system, opens the door wide open to agentic application. APIs are the entry points to capabilities, adding items to cart, checking order status, scheduling appointments, updating inventory. When AI can reliably interact with this system, we unlock an entirely more capable kind of software where natural language becomes the interface to complex business operation. MCP makes this possible by providing the connective tissue between AI's language understanding and your API infrastructure. One approach to MCP is to build an MCP server for each API you want AI to access. Your payment API gets its own MCP server. Your inventory system gets another. Customer data gets a third. It's straightforward way to get started. Most team can build an initial MCP for a service reasonably quick, and LLM support multiple MCP tools. It makes for a compelling experience. As we have worked with teams pushing from a prototype to product, we are discovering that complex AI systems need more than what is possible. By directly connecting individual APIs through MCP, we have found four particular requirements that show up consistently: deterministic execution, and AI will often have to call multiple APIs in sequence and filter the results to just the appropriate fields for the user. This execution pattern needs to work exactly the same way every time for consistent, correct user experience. Consider an AI returning purchase history. You can't have one customer seeing 5 past orders while another sees 3, or some results including shipping details while others don't. We have also find that the more focused you keep the AI's context, the better results you get. When APIs return large objects with hundreds of fields, the extra data can lead AI down unintended paths. Limiting data to exactly what's needed keeps the AI on track and improves overall response quality. Policy enforcement: giving AI direct access to individual APIs make it difficult to enforce appropriate limits and access controls. A rule like only loyalty members can have access to the detailed shipping tracking information for their outstanding orders can't be easily written in the API layer, as it relates to a specific combination of data spread across multiple systems. Efficiency: even simple customer queries can generate thousands of tokens when APIs return complete objects. Processing all of this and directly orchestrating multiple tool invocation from the AI becomes costly both in terms of tokens and milliseconds. Agility: the pace of AI is unprecedented. The technology and techniques are progressing furiously. Just as interesting to me is that the freedom nature of AI makes it to possible deliver new functionality faster than ever before. Most users won't tolerate a mobile app that changed every day, but continuous improvement of an AI agent is nothing but good news. So an AI stack needs to accommodate and facilitate a tempo we have never seen before in software development. This requirement rules out strategies that aren't aligned to the modern platform engineering discipline of self-service tools and workflows. GraphQL solves these needs as well. What these requirements point to is the need for an abstraction layer between the AI and APIs. This orchestration layer exposes a set of MCP tools where each tools provide a specific capability backed by some number of orchestrated API calls. The AI's job is to reason about which API tools to invoke. The orchestration layer's job is deterministic, efficient execution, and policy enforcement. GraphQL is an ideal foundation of this orchestration layer. Its declarative MCP tools are defined in terms of schema and queries rather than code. It's performant. One GraphQL query can traverse your entire graph, gathering exactly what's needed and nothing that's not in an optimized way. It's self-documenting. LLMs can reason about the meaning of the graph and its object. It's standard based a mature ecosystem with proven scalability. It's self-service on a GraphQL based platform like Apollo. Everyone with access to the graph can wire up MCP tools with the appropriate level of governance. The characteristic of GraphQL aligns perfectly with what AI needs to access APIs, a clean, understandable interface to AI while handling the messy reality of existing systems and services. Consider the earlier example of retrieving purchase history with shipping updates. A GraphQL query defines an MCP tool that the AI system can use. Under the hood, that query orchestrates multiple calls, API calls into the order, shipping, and loyalty systems and enforces the necessary policy check. That query can be authored and deployed by anyone on the platform with the support of design and governance tools provided by the graph platform. The challenges an abstraction layer solves may seem like tomorrow's problem when just getting started with MCP. It's also always worth planning for success, but a good declarative architecture also saves time and effort in the earliest stages of development. A GraphQL based approach avoids having to build, debug, and deploy custom MCP servers. Apollo connectors lets you bring REST APIs to GraphQL and now MCP without any modification, and the benefits of having a semantic API layer are truly remarkable. Watching an LLM traverse a large GraphQL schema as it builds a new query is an exciting, eye-opening moment. Introducing Apollo MCP Server. The Apollo MCP Server represents our continued investment in making GraphQL the best way to build modern API infrastructure. We have spent years developing tools that help teams build, manage, and scale GraphQL, from Apollo Client to Apollo Federation to our most recent innovation, Apollo Connectors. Now we are extending that toolkit to address AI integration. By implementing MCP for GraphQL, we are making it simple to connect AI to your existing graph. If you are already using GraphQL, this fits naturally into your stack. If you are new to GraphQL, the MCP server provides a compelling entry point that solves immediate AI challenges while setting you up for future growth, all on top of that APIs you already have. We believe that architectural pattern emerging around AI, the need for precision, policy, effective, and agility aligns perfectly with what GraphQL was designed to do. This MCP server is our way of helping teams realize those benefits. As you explore connecting AI to your services, consider not just immediate interaction but your long-term strategy. The architectural design decisions you make today will determine how quickly and safely you can evolve AI capabilities tomorrow. So they have published another article like getting started with Apollo MCP server for any GraphQL API. Let's go through it. As a developer, you are likely familiar with the challenge of integrating AI systems in your existing infrastructure. This might have entailed implementing your own custom integration or using frameworks like LangChain. This approaches may have worked but can quickly lead to large maintenance overhead. While we have long held the belief that AI is best with API orchestration, making it reality was not practical for most development team. Enter the model context protocol and the Apollo MCP server. With the Apollo MCP server, we have made it easier than ever to bring your data and services together in a secure and scalable way. This guide will walk you through setting up the server, which provides a standardized interface for AI systems like Claude and GPT to interact with your graph-based API orchestration. Whether you are building a new application or looking to scale existing initiatives, the Apollo MCP server is designed to simplify the process of integrating the Graph API into your AI workflow. In this guide, we'll cover the basics of setting up the server, including installation, configuration, and best practices for getting started with GraphQL and AI integration. Setting up Apollo MCP server from source repository. We have been working on multiple development workflows for the Apollo MCP server and will release the future content outlining how to get started without cloning the repository. This blog post will outline how to get started from the source GitHub repository. The Apollo MCP server is written in Rust. In order to build the source code, you must install Rust. We also release the server binaries as a Docker image that you can use. Most of the content around commands and options for the server in this post are the same for the Docker image. After you have installed Rust, clone and build the repository. Building the repository will create the Apollo MCP server binary located at target/debug/apollo-mcp-server. You can invoke the binary and see the usage options by running target/debug/apollo-mcp-server-help in your terminal windows. Using the space devs example MCP server, the repository contains an example MCP server for the space devs launch library v2 API with spaceflight information with predefined tools located in the GraphQL slash the space devs folder. There is also the standard weather example with get alerts and get forecast tools found in the MCP server developer quick start, but this post will focus on the space devs example. You can cause the MCP inspector to view and test out tools as you develop. This post will use screenshots from the tool to show the constructed tools in the Apollo MCP server. To start the inspector, run npx @model context protocol / inspector in a new terminal window and open up this particular port to access the tool. Running Apollo MCP server with stdio. Inside the inspector tool, configure the transport type to be stdio and set the command to be the full path to your binary. It should contain the absolute path to where you clone the repository and the target /build /Apollo MCP server binary. For example, running on a Mac, my path is /user /Michael Watson /document /GitHub /Apollo GraphQL /Apollo MCP server /target /debug /Apollo MCP server. For the arguments, set the following: -- directory, so /user /Michael Watson /document /GitHub /Apollo GraphQL /Apollo MCP server /GraphQL the space dev. This is the directory where our MCP server example is. You can think of this as the folder you would be working in while building the MCP tools for your GraphQL APIs. -- schema API.GraphQL by default predefined operation tools have a description generated for them based on the comments in the schema and input argument details. -- operations /explore celestial bodies.graphql. You can provide any number of operations, but to start we are just going to look at the explore celestial bodies tools. -- endpoint https / the space devs production.up.railway.app /. You must provide the GraphQL API endpoint for the MCP server to tools to execute connectors operations for. In this example, the space dev GraphQL API is built with the Apollo connector and exposes the launch library v2 REST API. If you don't have a GraphQL API, you can get started in minutes using Apollo connectors and start creating any MCP tool with your API. The full argument you put in the MCP server should be similar to this. Be sure to change your -- directory to the full path you cloned the repo in. With the command and argument populated, hit the connect button and you should see explore celestial bodies tool. Congratulations, you just got your first GraphQL MCP server running. Now let's take a deeper dive at how the tools are being created for the MCP server. Predefined operation tool. For each -- operation you provided, a tool is generated for the MCP server. If you click on the explore celestial bodies tool, you will see the tool's description with inputs that were defined in the operation. By default, we try generating a description for the tool and the input based on the return type. This example demonstrates what is generated when the API schema has no documentation provided in it. Not every GraphQL API has documentation added to them, but you have the ability to add context to your tools in a couple of ways. One way is to add documentation to the schema, and in our case, the GraphQL / the space dev / API.GraphQL file. To test this out, find the celestial body field on the query type and add a description about the defined field like below. Now restart your MCP server in the inspector and lease the tools out. You should see the newly added comment in the tool description. This means you can add additional context to the schema without having to change the actual API, giving you the control you need for any schema. There are other times you might want to override the entire description with a custom value for your tool. You can do this by adding a comment to the top of any operation. The GraphQL / the space dev / operations / search upcoming launches.graphql operation contains an example of this, and the easiest way to see this in action is to add this tool to the argument string we define in the MCP inspector by appending it after the first operation we define. Restart the MCP server and expand the search upcoming launches tool to see the comment. So this is the comment. Okay, quotes are the best search terms to use. Single words are the next best alternatives where you cannot use a quote to search as the tool description. But what if you don't want to have a predefined operations as tool? Some use cases for AI assistant require a more curious LLM that has the ability to explore the graph and execute dynamic operations that are authorized by a trusted user. You may not be able to predefine all of the tools for your use case, which is why we added the introspection argument with some automatic tools, schema aware tools using dash dash introspection. Adding the introspection option to our arguments will include two tools, a schema and execute tool. The schema tool can provide the schema to the LLMs for the user's question by adding it to the context window. The inspection mechanism in the MCP server also allows an LLM to progressively acquire type information as needed with a depth parameter to allow traversing the type tree with a fewer or more calls to the tools. This helps shake larger schemas to a more concise context window, reducing the overall token count. The execute tool is a simple tool that the LLM can use to execute any GraphQL operation against the provided schema. To see this in action, add dash dash introspection to the arguments defined in the MCP inspector. After restarting the MCP server, you should see the additional tools populate. Running Apollo-MCP-server with the server-side events. In addition to stdio transport, Apollo MCP server also supports server-side events. To use SSE, the command and arguments defined in the MCP inspector will need to be executed in a terminal with the dash dash SSE dash port option. This will start up the Apollo MCP server on the desired port that the MCP inspector can be configured for. Inside the inspector tool, configure the transport type to be SSE in the terminal that clone the Apollo MCP server repository. Run the command and arguments with dash dash SE dash port 5000 appended on the end. Now disconnect and reconnecting in the MCP inspector to see the same list of tools running. We have explored the minimum configuration option for the Apollo MCP server to begin building tools for our GraphQL APIs. There are additional options like support for persisted query manifest that you can explore, and will outline those workflows in future post using Apollo MCP server in an assistant UI. Now that we have explored how to run the Apollo MCP server and develop MCP tools using the inspector to view them, everything is set up to start bringing our MCP server into an assistant experiences. Deciding on whether to use stdio or SSE as the transport type will primarily depend on the UI you are planning on using to test the tools. In this post, we'll be using the Claude desktop, which is easiest to configure using stdio transport. To include our MCP server, we need to modify the Claude desktop config.json to include our commands and argument. Below is an example configuration that loads all of the tools in the repository example. Be sure to change your dash dash directory to the full path you cloned the repo in. Now you should be able to start the assistant and see the tools available in the UI. Now asking the question should start to invoke tools based on the LLM and assistant UI you are using. Notice how this flow actually doesn't find the results, but Claude 3.7 retries the tool with Vanderburg base because it knows it is the main launch site for California. Getting started with MCP tools for your GraphQL API today. Implementing tools for your GraphQL API can be as simple as writing GraphQL operation, not writing custom tool code. GraphQL based API means anyone can create an abstraction layer for their APIs that power these tools with a single operation. You don't need to modify your APIs, you don't need to rewrite your application, you don't need to even commit to a full platform shift. You can simply start by mapping your existing service onto a graph, explore how they connect, and build from there. So you can join for a special Apollo live stream on 21st May to help you get ready for code with Claude. In the live stream, I will dive into a developer workflows like hot reloading with your MCP server, with plenty of time for live QAs for any MCP questions. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.